Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Off the Hook Outdoors. I'm Ted, your host. Today we're doing some bass fishing. We're going a little later in the morning today. I went 9:30 because I've been going in the mornings. I've been doing okay in the morning, but I've been coming back around 10 or 11, and evening's been okay. Chris was up here last week, or on Saturday. We fished a tournament, and we did well. I came in first. Chris came in third. A lot of little dinks. I had a really nice smallmouth on I got, and then I missed a big one frogging. And then the other night in the evening, I missed a monster. Saturday evening, a big one with a frog. So what I'm doing this morning is I'm going to go out at like now. We're going to go hit the pads. We're going to do some fishing today. And I'm going to do it like mid-morning because I haven't fished it. And I want to check and see. What's up, Eric B? What's up, Daniel? Thanks for coming in. Beautiful day out here. I'm up here this week. You guys know that I busted my eye socket from my son hitting me in the face with a baseball. So I've been off work. So I got this week. And then I got to go back to work Monday. I'm going to see the plastic surgeon. Good morning, Kevin. I'm going to see the plastic surgeon on Thursday. Make sure everything's okay. And then I'm going back to work on Monday. This is my last week up on the lake because we rent it out next week with the school students. We rent to a college up here. After the summer's over, they come in. We rent it out to them. Hey, Chris, we rent it out to them, and then I start my hunting content. I have a few hunting videos coming out that I've already been working on. I was in Ohio on Saturday. Saturday morning, I was in Ohio. Then I was jagging people saying I took my private jet up to the lake here Saturday, and I fished with Chris on Saturday, and then I fished the tournament with Chris, Eric B's tournament actually. So, so yeah, that was fun. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get over here. I'm just going to crawl, so you're going to hear the motor. I'm going to start the motor up. We're going to get over here to the pads, and I'll set up and everything. And then we'll see if I can't get on some frog fishing. I wanted to get you a frog fishing video this year, but I don't know if it's worth it. It would probably take me all week to probably make one. I'm going to try to, but I'm going live now because this afternoon I got Theo and Ace up here. They're not morning people. Ace would get up. Theo would probably get up, but I know Ace would get up. But I'm going to go out fish here this afternoon, try to find some action, go back. I got to go grab a bed from a friend and then put it at the house. And then me and Theo and Ace will probably be out here. And if the bass fishing is not that great, we're just going to do some pan fishing. So, who won the bass tournament, Eric? Yeah, I did, Chris. So we're making our way over to we're going to start down in this far end first. I haven't fished it much. There's a lot of mats, but there's a lot of pads in between the mats. So that's what I want to fish, those pads that are breaking up those solid mats. But the water, like I said, the water clarity, it's green. We're getting a little better, but it ain't great. We still got like that slimy film at the top at the docks and stuff where there's no current. So out here there's a channel that goes in and creates some current. So I think we're going to try to just find them. They may be in the current. So we'll see what happens. Starting in a spot up here just because I haven't fished it in a long time. I get my motor up tight because there's a sandbar up here. So we're gonna get over here. We're gonna set up. I'm gonna pull out the net just in case, and we're gonna get to it. All right, so we got that. Let's lift this up. All right, so we are going to start about here. And the wind's blowing in my back, so we're gonna probably float down in, which is a good thing. So let me get all my stuff set up here. I think I'm gonna go a little higher this time. You get a view of the lake while I'm doing this, guys. Setting up the tripod here on the boat, and you know how that is. We got to make sure the boat don't fall. Make sure we don't flip the camera into the water. That's what our goal is today, not to flip the camera in the water. You guys should be able to see everything. Okay, we got a nice little setup there. We're gonna set this up like that. Okay, let me get this in here. I got my camera set up. I got my rods right here. I got a top water rod that I think I'm going to keep out on the deck. And then I got my black frog and my white frog out. Basically, that's all you need for those two frogs. Good morning, Mom. Thanks for coming in. I'm trying to think of everything that I need here. I think we're good to go. We're going to start moving over. Give me some room here. Get the motor in the water. We'll put it on 4. You guys can see me pretty good there, I believe. We've got a pretty decent drift. We're going to be going straight down. Now, there's nothing out in this water. All the pads, there's some pads over here that are isolated pads in the water. So we're going to start over here, and we're going to work our way down. And it should be a pretty cool, pretty easy drift. Let me crank this baby up so we can get over here. Start fishing. But I'm just going to go down the edge of these pads. We're going to throw into the pads. And we're going to try to hit the areas that are, there is pads and the mats. We're going to try to hit both. Like the mix of pads and stuff that are in here. There's some isolated pads out here as well. We may hit too. Alright guys, you guys are all good. You can see all the stuff that I'm fishing. I don't have the mics in today because I got my extra camera battery out just in case. And I can charge, I think, with the camera battery and the mic, but sometimes it interferes with it, believe it or not. So we're gonna try the black hush frog first. See what happens. We're gonna start fishing slowly these pads, and hopefully we get something, guys. But the water is stained green, pretty green. So we're gonna start off with the black first. See what we can do. Wetting that line's key when you're frog fishing. You want to get that line wet, and you start getting backlashes. I'll get a few backlashes, I'm sure. I just moved something in the water over there, so we'll see what that was. Go at it again. So yeah, thanks for coming in, guys. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Please share us out. This will be my last week of my fishing content, actually. I will be fishing in Ocean City and stuff like that, you know, my family fun videos and stuff like that. So we'll be doing that from Ocean City. This is going to be a good drift because then I can put my anchor down and we should be pretty good. But yeah, we'll be fishing in Ocean City. That's in a couple weeks. So I'm just going to try to fish this today and see if we can't get a bite on these frogs. It's been very, very slow this year with frog fishing. You guys know how much I love frog fishing, and man, it just hasn't been on. My buddy Bob, he got his shoulder operated on. I told him this was a great year to do that because the frog fishing up here wasn't that great. But what I'm doing is I'm fishing the mats that are mixed in with the pads. And that's something that I think they're keying on a little bit because it gives it a little more open water. I think there's more oxygen in there because there's green mats. And the pads obviously have oxygen in them or they wouldn't be growing. So we'll see what happens. And once I get to a spot, if I get a couple hits or if I get some blow-ups, I will anchor down and we will throw a few times in that area. See if we can't get something. Now I have the white frog and the black frog on. This water is like, I wouldn't say pea soup, but it's pretty close to pea soup. So pretty close to pea soup. Alright, I'm gonna anchor, see where this leads me. I'm gonna anchor the boat here. See, work this area a little bit. I should spin a little. I did catch one in this area the other day. It was about a 14-incher. Nothing big, but they're fun to catch. All fish are fun to catch in the pads for sure. You never know how big it is until it comes up because you usually get 100 pounds of weeds on your line. But that's one of the keys too, is to, when you get that hit, is to hesitate a couple seconds, set that hook, but you got to turn that fish so he's not digging down in them weeds. You got to get his head up so he don't dig down and get you stuck. And then usually that creates a little bit of slack on your line where they're able to pull away, get that frog out of their mouth. Then hopefully you can develop a pattern whenever you're frog fishing. You can see what you're getting your blow-ups in and what kind of cover and stuff they're in. And then you can sort of develop a pattern from that, you know. I'll check the chat every couple minutes here so I don't miss anybody. That looked like a really good spot right there. Let's check the chat, see where we're at. But the kids are still sleeping, so. All right, we got Living at Man, thoughts on live scope. Thoughts on live scope. Yeah, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It don't bother me any. People whine about it and say, oh, cheating or whatever, but if you're making it and everybody has it, I mean, I don't know. Trey McKinney uses it and he's crushing right now. I think they're catching fish they wouldn't normally catch with it. I don't know if that hurts the bass because you're catching them and you wouldn't usually be catching them, but I don't know. To me, it's like, you know, whatever you're doing, you're doing. It ain't none of my business. If I was fishing and I was fishing for a ton of money and they were allowing it and everybody was using it, I would probably use it to try to stay in the money for sure. But I'm not, and I don't have all the money to do all that, so that's usually the people that complain or the people that can't afford it or the people that don't compete, stuff like that. So it doesn't matter to me. I mean, it is what it is. Do I think it's cheating? I don't know. You're catching, like I said, I'll leave that up to you. You're catching fish you normally wouldn't catch out in that deeper water that you wouldn't even know are there. So you're picking up fish that you usually wouldn't fish for, which lay eggs and bed and create new fish. So if you're catching them fish and it affects them, or if you kill a few of those fish, are you messing with the population? Maybe, I don't know. If you're taking the fish out there and then you're bringing them in and you're letting them go in shallow water and that's a deep water fish, does that hurt them? Does it? Who knows? But if you're using it and you're allowed to, that's your business. For me, I like the go and find them and look at the maps and check the water and look at the creek channels and do all that old school stuff. But the newer kids and stuff that are coming up in the business are learning on that stuff. So that's how they fished. I learned the way I fish now from, you know, growing up and doing it the way I do it. So all the new kids, you got to think, look at all the technology we got, what our kids are doing now with the computers and iPhones and all that. Okay, our kids learned that. We didn't. We got pushed into it. So they're learning that now, and that's like the way they're doing it. We learned with using maps and things at that time, and they're learning with live scope. So it's just evolving. Everything's evolving. And I got one pad on my frog. It's bugging me. All right, there we go. But yeah, it's how it evolves. It's where fishing's going to. But there's a lot of people that are not allowing it either. So whatever they want to do. But they're learning the new way, you know. We have old school, the way we learned when we grew up. Now they're learning the way they learn when they're growing up. So that's the way it is. And I need to catch a fish. These isolated pads that are out here, you can see them in front of me. I can hear fish popping, blowing up. So I'm gonna throw one out that way. I'm gonna anchor here, guys. And I want to fish a couple of these isolated pads that are out here, and I'm gonna throw into this other stuff here. Pretty thick in here. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you jealous of people catching them? Because there's a lot of jealousy involved with that too. People are catching all these big fish and other people are getting jealous of it and they're saying they're cheating. So there's probably a mix of things. Daniel, I haven't seen you fishing this year, buddy. Have you been out fishing? I haven't seen any videos. I've seen your fishing reports, but I haven't seen any videos. I didn't know if you stopped making videos and you're just doing the reports, or what was going on your channel. That's all. Let us know if you're still making videos, buddy. That was a good spot right there too. You'd think it'd be right in there. You'd think so. That wind's blowing into here. You'd think there'd be some fishies in here. You would think there'd be some fishies in here. Oh, I know what I gotta do. I gotta throw on my pump. Throw on my pump. I didn't throw on my pump yesterday. I got water coming in the boat from my plug. I guess I didn't put my plug in correctly. So I had to redo it, but I wanted to put the water out of there because there's a lot of water in there. Hear all the water that was in the boat. I don't know where those fishies are. Nothing's blowing up right now. I don't see any. I'll hit the. I'm gonna hit the chat here in a second. I'm just trying to get that water out of the boat. I'll put this down real quick and I'll hit the chat. Let's see what we got. My face is in the chat, so sorry guys. So we got, I am hoping to still still feel some. Yet this year, I have almost 2-year-old son that has some special needs. Gotcha. Oh yeah, I'm sure it keeps you very, very busy. Good morning, Annie Finn. What's up, Bob? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, yeah, you'll definitely catch the fish that you yeah, I'm sure he keeps you very busy, buddy. Yep, well, Bob's in here. Yep, we had a beautiful day out. All right, well, thanks for letting us know, Daniel. It's not, like I said, I was wondering what was going on with the videos. I know I've seen you doing fishing reports, but the videos, I didn't see you putting any out. But yeah, that live scope, like you said, would you have fished 20 foot down, 40 foot down for a bass out there? Probably not. So, you know, there's bass that are getting caught that wouldn't normally be caught, you know? So, can it hurt? I don't know. Man, there's some really nice isolated pads out here. I'm gonna try to throw two here. And then we're gonna make another move and go out a little further. We may do some bow fishing down at the spillway. We'll get some bowfin. And I don't know, if the kids want to go over to the restaurant and catch these 45-pound carpenter over there. So we may do that. We may do some carp fishing. I don't know. I'm up here for the week, so we'll see what happens with the fishing. Go put a French fry on and catch a carp. A little windy though, which is kind of good because we haven't had too much wind. It's been pretty dead. You know, like there's no current. And with this weeds and these slimy stuff on the water and stuff like that, the current's good for it. So we'll see what happens. And this run never really does much for me, but I wanted to start here to get all my bearings and get going here. So, but there ain't nothing in that first 50 yards or so that I fished. So we're just gonna keep moving down. There's the canal right there where there's some people that live down there and they bring their boats up through that canal. I went down there, but it's so low. The water's actually low. We were up the canal up the other end yesterday, Chris and I. We were gonna put fish in the boat for the tournament, for Eric B's tournament, and we went down there and it was so low. We were like, yeah, I turned around and left because of the how low it was there. So yeah, so we just let that go. Now, I have a buzz bait too. I could throw this open water with buzz baits as well. And I'll probably do that here in a second because I'm right in the mouth of this channel here. So I'll probably work this and then I'll hit my anchor, and then we will see about throwing the buzz bait. Let's anchor right here, right in the middle of this mouth. And we'll throw the buzz right now, something a little different here. Let's throw the buzz bait. I got the black buzz bait on. We'll throw that out there and see if anything happens. Throw it around here. We'll fan cast around a little bit. I got the St. Croix rod, the Avid rod with the Corrado reel with the, I call it Asiago cheese sunline. It's like a braid for top water. It's really nice, nice and light, but it's strong enough to hold them. I'm throwing a mini black buzz, Strike King mini black buzz. I'm just fan casting, see if there's anything active, which it's really sunny over here. With this, I'd really have to call them up, or they'd really have to be active. But they could be right next to the cover, so throwing this buzz bait next to cover and stuff, you can pull them in. You can also throw the Senko. Get them. Get them with the Senko. Yeah, I like throwing this buzz bait around the pads too, because it's so light. You can pull it around the pads pretty easy. You know, on the edges of the pads, like I just did there. I just wiggled it in and out of those pads pretty easy without getting caught up. And that and the top prop is also really good for that. Top props are really cool. Let's see what we got going on here. Hey, John, thanks for coming in, buddy. Sanka. No, not yet. We're doing some frog fishing, and I'm buzz baiting right now just to see. We are in the mouth of this channel here, right at the main lake and the channel that goes in. So I'm just throwing this around a little bit, seeing if I can't get something active, anything active in here. See if we can't get one on a buzz bait. And we're gonna keep moving down. We got a nice wind, nice drift. But every once in a while I just stop it with the talon and see what happens. Yeah, there's nothing here though with this out here, so we're gonna move around, anchor up. And we're gonna move around this way. I have my Senko rod, but it's down there on the bottom deck. So, beautiful day out there. It's gonna be another hot one though. It's been hot, water's warm, and the water is green and nasty, so trying to find them. Trying to get an active fish here, but I don't know. Yesterday I was having them, they're hitting this buzzbait, but they're coming up hitting it, not eating it, just bumping it. It was like they were hitting it with their heads and just turning away. Like they didn't like it, so they were coming up and just hitting it. They weren't eating it. So I got smart to that, and I just kept reeling as they were bumping it, and they were following it in, just slashing at it, but they weren't eating it. So yeah, so Theo's up here with me now. Ace is up here with my sister and my brother-in-law. So my wife went to work today. I got to go to the plastic surgeon on Thursday to see if I need surgery, which I doubt I do. But I'm still getting some headaches, and my sinuses are still kind of bad. But other than that, we're healing up pretty good. My teeth are still numb too. All right, we're going back to the frog right here, guys. It's looking good. Yeah, they're still numb. So we got some people in here. Thank you guys for coming in. Please, if you get a chance, make sure you're hitting that like button. It helps push the live out. And also, if you wouldn't mind sharing it, I'd appreciate if you guys shared it out. See, this looks really, really good in there. really good. So we're gonna anchor right here. We're gonna start throwing these. See, in here there is, I don't know if you could see it, in here there's a mix of the mat and the pads. So there's some breaks, a lot of breaks with some open water, which allows that fish to come up and hit that frog good. But we'll see if we get anything. I fished a couple of those spots on the way down here and it didn't really pan out, so. But we're gonna throw it. We're gonna throw it. I also have a white frog on. We'll try that as well. But I'm figuring this dark water with the sun, that black would be really high contrast, so that's why I'm throwing it. But in this area, I'll throw the white one too, just to see. I have a really bright pink one and yellow one that I could throw as well. And then I have a Magnum. The Magnum is huge. It's a big frog. So really nice areas in here. Pads have the white flowers on them. Looking good. I don't know what the heck that is. Is that the dead turtle? I would think I'd get a hit in here. Nothing, nada. You would think that water would be a lot cleaner when you get in deeper, but it's still the same. It's lighter, but it isn't clear. Clearer for visibility. It's still dark. Race car, race bike. Nothing's popping either tonight. No, the other night we had some banging going on. There was a lot of dragonflies were getting eaten, I'll tell you that. On my other live, I found a dragonfly floating on the water, and it had blue eyes, just like the ones I got made from Florida. They called it old blue eyes, and man, did it look exactly like the ones that I got made. I should have threw it, but I didn't, because they're so light. And in this thick stuff, I don't like throwing a spinning rod. And I know John throws a spinning rod all the time, and he does really well with it. I'm not comfortable with throwing a spinning rod in this thick stuff, even with the braid and stuff like that. I don't know what the heck just happened there. My frog got all screwed up. But yeah, we'll be doing some fishing with the kids later. That's just it. Nice. Very cool. I would have thought I would have got a bowfin in here. We are going to rock this side. Yeah, there's some slimy stuff in here, guys. Like residue from the weed killer or whatever they're using. It's almost like a white foamy stuff, so we are going to go right through that. We don't want to fish in that stuff. I just don't think that there's any bass in that area. I mean, I'm sure they're in there, but they're probably just chilling. They're not going to be active. We're going over to this green stuff. I like the bright green stuff. This is where I like to throw these frogs. Where there's green, there's oxygen. Where there's oxygen, there's fish. And right now, it's hard to find a really good spot where the fish are concentrated in, actually. I hear some popping down here. So we will see. Gotta rinse this frog off. Crazy. Beautiful looking area. Beautiful looking area. Concentrating on the frog, guys, so I'm not talking much right now. You guys know it ain't just like bank fishing, throw your line out and talk to everybody, and when I'm throwing, I gotta concentrate on this frog and watching them hits. Now, if I was live bait fishing, I could throw it out there and sit there and chat all day, but when you're throwing a frog, you gotta pay attention to what's going on. So that's why I stop and then I'll hit the chat whenever I'm done. Throwing a few times, I'll hit the chat. That looks like a good area. I gotta try to pull some out of this thing. Okay, there's one jumping out there. Finally see one. One jumping, yay. There's hundreds of yards of this mat stuff, so we're just gonna keep playing around with it, making our way over, just covering water. Covering water. I'm gonna go out this way a little bit, come back in. Chopping up some weeds. Chopping up the weeds. There's some current out here where you see the main lake is hitting the mats, but where the mats are, when the wind's blowing the mats together, it's so thick in the mat that it's hard to get a frog. It's hard for them to get to it. So you gotta watch. I mean, you'll get blow-ups, but you'll miss a ton of fish. But right now, I'm just looking for blow-ups to see where they're at. Make my way out this way, and we're going to come straight down this trail where the current is. eagle yesterday. Haven't seen them today yet. Now we're getting into some greens. And all the wind is blowing down into this corner. So, textbook, if you read your bass book, it'll say bass will be on the windy side of the bank facing into the wind. So we will see how that works out. If you're reading your bass book. Always stop and squeeze your frog. Always take the time to squeeze your frog. Down in here, there's some greens. I'm using 6 cents hush frog today, not a spro frog. These hush frogs are pretty awesome. There is hundreds of yards of open grass and this open mat stuff. They'll fish for hours, fish for days here, and not cover the same stuff. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. We gotta put one in the boat though. I gotta get one in the boat on a frog for you guys. That's the goal. Come on. Let's get one on a frog. There's some dragonflies out here, but I don't see nothing popping yet. Get up in here, and I'm gonna anchor. And this is where I'm gonna throw the white one, the black one. On the edges. Gotta see what happens. See who's commenting in here. Anybody commenting in here yet? John, life is like a very cute dog's one out. All right, man. Hey, Johnny, thanks for coming in, buddy. Sorry I missed you. I've been tuned into this frog fishing here, trying to get me one. I'm gonna anchor. We are moving into this. I got about 200 pounds of weeds on my trolling motor. You know. See what happens. Come on. Right there. Boom. to go deep. I get one in there, I'm in trouble. It's pretty far. Nothing back in this corner. You can see how far this will go. Let me get my trolling motor up. Get my regular motor up. Get all this. There we go. Crazy how there's nothing popping in here. Alright, we got some more. We got the current on this side where this little canal goes down. There's a lot of current right here, so we're gonna try this green patch over here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me move it. There's a green patch over here. This current that comes in right here. This current's moving in. I don't know if you can see the water moving in. So we're gonna try to hit that corner. That current's coming into here and on this side here. So we're gonna fish this. We're definitely gonna fish this corner a little bit, and then we're gonna make our way over. There's a bobber. Okay. Fish this corner, guys. See what happens. I could open up a barber shop. There's so many bobbers in these weeds. I should come over here one day with kids and just have them get some little net or little crab nets and just scoop all the bobbers up. We're gonna fish it kind of quick. We gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Try to find an active area. It's slow, tedious, but when they hit, man, is it worth it. Like right here, there's some pads that are out further than this stuff here, so I'm gonna throw that, bring it in, see if I can't get a hit. And the open water with the isolated pads. Sometimes, boom. Sometimes you get it. Sometimes you don't. So there's a canal right there. Come on. Alright. Go in this hole. Another point. There's so many good looking spots here. You would think they would be at, but nothing's active right now. There's a dragonfly there. Maybe there's one there, bam. Now today is probably one of the days where you would want to go out and fish at deeper water with live scope to find them on these days, but when you're having days like this, pick it up, guys, pick it up. Let's pick it up. And then Ace and Thea want to come out, and it's like I'm trying to find some fish for those guys. So it's like I'm always guided. I always got to try to find a fish for everybody. I'm trying to get some active areas, but that ain't very hard. But that's why we love fishing so much. Especially bass fishing, you gotta work for them. Gotta work them. Gotta work them. See what we got here on the chatty chat. We got throw it out and let it sit, huh? That's what I do. Let the rings go away and then twitch it. But when you're covering water, when you have dead water, you'll be there too long in dead water if you do it that way. So I just throw it, move it, twitch it, move it, and try to get a blow up to see where they're at. Now, when you're catching fish in areas all the time, yeah, you can do that. When you're covering water, you'll be fishing in dead water for a long time. So I just keep moving and moving until you find the active fish. Or you just throw it on one of the fish's heads. we're going to throw it back into this. See all those pads. We went in there one time and we just threw, we punched with baits, just 1 ounce sinkers, 1 ounce tungsten, and went into that stuff and just punched. We caught a few small ones. Didn't catch them big pigs though you thought were in there, you know? But we're just gonna keep working our way around. I'm not into the nasty stuff, but for me, there's no reason for me to go into that nasty stuff because I'm not getting hit. So why do I want to go in there if I'm not pulling anything out here? You know what I mean? So I just throw out here until we get something, the edges, because you take your boat in there, you're pulling grass off your boat and weeds all day. It's tough. You almost want to push-pull around, not if you want to lift your motors up and just push-pull around in there. And I don't have a push-pull. I don't have a push-pull. You know, this water's going right into this, but this is a thick wall of scum here. You would think you could drag something out to the edge and they'd want to hit it in open water, but they don't. Not today anyway. There's days where you could pull them all the way out from there and then right at the edge of it, you could almost time it. You get them, you'll see a wake behind it, and then you'll come right out to the edge of the water or the edge of the weed line, and bam, they will hit it. Stop and squeeze your frog. More current over here. They don't like it. I am going to go back in this corner though, because I haven't been back here all season. So we're going to go back here and see. Maybe that's where they're at. They're all back here waiting for me. crazy. All right, I'm gonna throw into this because there's some current right there. Throw into that, trying to get something to come in here. Boom, 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 boom. Nothing on there. Let's get back in the deep stuff here. There we go. I hear little things popping back here. Little bluegills are eating the dragonflies. Oh yeah, I could see some stuff dragging back here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I seen one blow up right there, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna move this so you can see a little bit. Right in here is where they were just popping. So maybe we'll get lucky and get one right there. We're gonna anchor right in the middle of this all. And let's see if we can't get one. The water is so crappy back here too, man. Can't believe how dark the water is back here. It's actually kind of scary that it's so dark. All right, let's see if we can't get that one that blew up over here, guys. Can you guys see? All right. See a couple little holes in here that they may have blew up in. Another thing, you'll find little, they call them potholes. You see the little holes in the grass where they have blown up before, and you try to hit them. Or at least it gives you like an area where they're at. Like right here's where that one blew up. Boom. Just keep throwing it in and bringing it back. Throwing it in and bringing it back. Move this baby around for you. Try the old stop and go technique. Tries to just reeling it in technique. I'm gonna fan cast this area a little bit here, and then we're gonna go up the bank up that way. Can't believe I didn't have one blow up yet. And all the stuff. Figure to be one active fish out here. One active fish. Come on, boys. Let's go. Got to be positive. Never know when that big one's going to hit. That's the thing, the mental game. The mental game is big time. All right, let's get out of this. You got to be ready at all times for anything. You're throwing for an hour straight and nothing. And all of a sudden, boom, you get a 5-pounder that bites, and if you miss it, then you're banging your head against the wall all day. So, yeah, we don't want that to happen. That's why it's hard to moderate. It's hard to bass fish, frog fish, and do a live, but I like to bring you guys along to show you how it really happens. Like, you don't catch them all the time. That's just the way it is. You can make a video, and yeah, it looks like you're catching them all day, but you know, when you're live and you're out here, this is how it really is. And getting them to bite, you know, you got to work at it. Try to, you know, figure it out, and to me, that's fun. That's the fun of the game. Because then when you get it, it's more rewarding because you figured it out, or you worked at it and you got it and you got success from it. So I like doing that, and moving around and trying to catch the fish, because right now there's nothing biting on this frog right now. But you never know, you'll get that one spot or that one bite, and it can change your whole day. One 5-pounder or 6-pounder up there changes your whole day, you know. Let me angle this so you can see. We're sort of going into the sun a little bit, but there's all this stuff here. And you figure there has to be something in there somewhere. But you just got to keep plugging at it. Keep plugging at it. Little isolated pads here. One fish to make your day. This water over here looks a little better. Little better. Not much, but a little better. And there's all kinds of dead stuff out to the right. That's why I don't think they're in there. I could throw that just about probably all day as well, and they're not in there, I don't think, because it's not green, you know. Just like natural, like if you're a fisherman, would you fish the brown weeds or would you fish the green weeds? You know what I mean? And the brown is just not real promising to me. You know, like low oxygen levels. Why would there be a fish in there? I mean, I'm sure there's fish in there sitting there. There's fish in there sitting there waiting, but they're not real active. They're not real active in the green either. So don't listen to me, guys. As soon as Ace gets up and Theo gets up, we're going to come out here. We're going to do something with either a pan fishing live, because I know I'll catch some panfish. At least, I hope if I don't catch panfish, I'm hanging it up for the week. But we're going to do something, maybe a challenge or a contest, something like that. No, that would be a good spot right there, though. The pads mixed in with that. Man, the spots that look so good. Nothing. The spots that look so good. Look at them pads right there. You can see them pads with them openings in there. It's just, you would think right here, wow. We're just going to keep working our way out. When we get to that open water, though, I am going to throw that buzzbait on. We're going to throw it. one. You can see these lily pads, they're sticking up so high, these big ones that they grew 3-4 foot out of the water and they're dying. But they're usually underwater. That's how it's so low right now. It's so low that the fish are somewhere, but I don't know where. I don't know where at, guys. They're usually floating on the top of the water, and they're not. They're low. They're sticking out 2 or 3 foot in the air because of the drought and all that stuff. So that's probably affected some of the fishing as well. The drought and stuff, but there's still water here. They have to be in the water. In this area right here, the wind is blowing into it. You'd think it'd be there. You'd think it'd be on there. We're gonna get out the buzzbait here soon. I'm just trying to really jerk on this to make some noise. Nothing. Alright, it looks like we're gonna be throwing the buzzbait up the shoreline. Throwing this out here real quick. See if we can't get one to bite there. And we're gonna throw big old buzz. We're just gonna cover water now, guys. We're gonna cover water. Be positive, guys. Come on, I want everybody in there. Give me a thumbs up in there, guys. Give me a little hurrah, a little boost here. We're gonna try to get some. We're gonna try getting something going here. Give me a little boost or hurrah. I'm gonna get my drink real quick. Give me a little boost, you know. Thumbs up in the chat here, guys. We need to get something going. Let me grab my drink, my iced tea. I need my iced tea for sure. Get my iced tea out. Give me a thumbs up. There we go. Let's get a thumbs up. Let's get it going, guys. What's up, Dean? Let's get a thumbs up, guys. Let's get a share. Let's get a thumbs up. I'm gonna plug this in because I don't know how much juice I got. We're plugging in. All right, let's get going here. Let's get the buzzbait going up a shoreline, and I may throw out an occasional frog here. So, see what we got. Got my Senko. Let's get this working here real quick. Let's get this going on the shoreline. The black buzzbait going. There is, here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put me at the end of the camera like that. We're going to go, so hopefully you guys can see the shoreline. We're going to see if you can't see some blow-ups. If we get a blow-up. That's what we're going to do. We're going to throw into this stuff. Alright, let's drill into this stuff and see if we can't get some blow-ups. And we're going into the wind too, so. I caught a really nice one here yesterday. Going up that other shoreline there. I threw it right up at the bank. It was like a picture perfect cast. And boom. And then I hit the, I got a really nice 14-inch bass on it. This grass and stuff here, I'll stop and throw this right to it, you know what I mean? I got a piece of weed on it. Once you get a weed on it, you're done. See? Once you get the weed on it, you're done. Let me get this thrown over here real quick. You can always go back and get stuff that you think you missed. You want to come back and hit it. See if we can't get something off of this tree. About boat position too, how and where to throw it. You know, like getting that buzz bait in certain areas. I like sometimes going down the other way and throwing, but you can always go back and hit it again. You know what I mean? Like go past it, throw down. So I'm just trying to hit this little lump here, right there. Keep throwing and throwing and throwing. Kind of like throwing back on it because you can really get your cast dialed in. An old log back here. And Speedy, my buddy's uncle, used to throw a frog back there all the time, and he'd always get it blow up. He wouldn't catch it all the time, but usually he would get a fish blowing up. He caught a lot of fish back there. You would think this buzzbait would be picking them off. I just had a hit. God. Small one, I think, though. Just come up and messed with it a little bit. Just messed with it a little bit. See if he wants it again. Nope. Now when I throw this, you'll see I'll go back now and I'll hit that edge when I'm throwing. There's always like a way to do things, and I like to come back and throw down and come back up along the whole pad, the whole length of the pads there. What I'll do is I'll throw right down that line and just boom, bring it right back. Sometimes they hit it, sometimes they don't. There's a bunch of fish right there. bunch of little fish. That means there's bait in there. What I'll do is I'll go this way and go straight down that line and come up with it. Nothing. I like the way it leaves the bubble marks. When you leave the bubble trail, you know your bait's spinning good. And always take your little weed off of there because that makes it not run right. Alright, let's see if we can't get one of these fish in here. Right here. There's a log over here where we're going to try to work a little bit. Caught a weed. Don't like it. See that? When you get a weed like that, you're done. These little mini buzzes are awesome. If you guys ain't ever thrown one, you should try throwing them. They're pretty neat. They're very light, they're very easy to handle. You don't have to worry about the weight like them 1 ounce buzz baits and 1/2 ounce, 3/4 ounce buzz baits. You get one of these mini buzzes, you could throw them just about anywhere. Light, they're easy to handle. They're cheap too. I got white ones, I got black ones, I got chartreuse ones. You know, there's a couple different ones you can get. And yeah, it's really a neat little bait. Especially like a locator bait where you can see, and like you could always change to a bigger one, but these little ones are very easy to use. If I can't get in there. Long one, get down there. Then I'll come back with it and I'll throw it long ways down this way. Get a nice big cast and send it down that way. Sometimes just changing your angles too help. But we got to get you guys a fish. All right. Oh, for sure there was something right there. I think I threw it up under here last time. Ended up blasting a big one. of logs. There's a bunch of logs in here, stumps. And the sun, I don't know if they're above, if they're on them or not. Let's see. Coming up onto some logs now. See a bunch of stuff under the water here. So we're going to just try to get as close as we can to everything. And try to entice a strike here. We have to bring out the Sanko. I'm going to throw this one way back in there and try to get it all the way through all that stuff. Okay. There's one fish that just jumped. Seen one sign of life. They're just eating them little bugs. It's them little fish. Just eating them bugs. Nothing wants to top water right now. There's some big dragonflies moving around. It's covering that as much water as I'm covering without a blow up is concerning. Definitely concerning. usually you get a bite or two. Alright, so now, since we've been playing with that for so long, let's see the live chat here. What's Dean say? Hey Bruce, what's up, buddy? The water's so murky right here. We're gonna see if we can't get this out of here. As soon as my first one I throw, I get a snag. It's so murky right here. I don't know. I'm wondering if I should throw the big old dog out. Come out of there. Come out of there. Yeah, I don't know. See something. Let me see something. There's a bunch of weeds there. Okay, well, let's do it. Let's go over here and we're going to throw this, and I might throw the old love bug as well. Let's see if we can't get nothing in here. Maybe I'll throw the love bug. It is nasty over here. Nasty. I don't know how deep it is, but nasty here. I'm just playing with this log that's in the water here, guys, real quick. See if I ain't getting nothing. See if I can't get something in there. That is weird. All right, well, we're gonna move. We're gonna make our moves and keep going down here. Go down where I caught that big smallie the other day. Just gonna throw under this shaded area here because there ain't that much shade. See if we can't pull one out. crazy to me that I didn't get one hit on the frog, and I didn't get one hit on the buzzbait down there. Crazy. All right, we're gonna throw this right in the shade, right there. You see where we're fishing these little, just the shade lines. Nothing. So, throw at the corner of the wall where the rocks are. Alright, there's a big fish that just jumped out there. Bigger anyway, I don't want to say big. It was a bigger fish. Let's see if I can skip his dock. Yeah, they're feeding in here, so we're gonna go in here. We're gonna go in here. There's something feeding in there. We're gonna stay out as far as we can and throw into this and see if we can't catch anything. They may be pinching them against this corner of this wall. This is where I caught that smallmouth yesterday, or the day before yesterday, or whatever. So we're gonna try. Yeah, there's fish jumping over there, so see if we can't get you guys a fish here, huh? Let's get in here real quick. Trying to make my way in. I'm going to anchor right here so we don't go in too far. And we're going to see what happens. You guys should see. Okay, you guys see it. Over here messing around, so I'm gonna throw right into that now, guys. I'm gonna put you guys right over my shoulder here, right where these steps are. I'm gonna throw into it. We're gonna see if we don't get a hit. There we go. There's one already hit. He's moving with it already. All right, guys. So there's one on there. There's one on there. And I missed him. So it was moving. So he was there. I'll try to throw it out a little deeper here. There's a hit. Boom. Is he on there? Oh, I missed him. I think it's them little babies. All right, we're going to try to mess with them a little bit here. We're going to mess with them a little bit. Let's move this over here so you can see. If you can see where I'm throwing. They're jumping right here, so we're gonna keep messing with them. There's one, little one. All right, I got him. All right, little smallmouth. All right, so that's what's feeding back there, these smallmouth. He come right out of the water. So that's what they're over. That's what's over there, these little smallies. And these little things are aggressive. Look how, all right, settle down, settle down, settle down, settle down, settle down, settle down. Come on. All right, I got you finally. Jeez, these little fish are so aggressive. That little baby, that's what's over there, guys. But we're gonna see, because there may be some big ones over there. So we finally found something worth messing with. And then we're gonna throw a couple of these out there. And then we're gonna go with the, there's another one. We're gonna go with the buzz bait too. I missed them. I missed them. Hopefully you guys can see that. Can you guys see where I'm throwing? I'm going to throw next to the wall. There we go, there's another one. Little baby. He's swimming with it, he's swimming with it. Yeah, they're taking it and swimming with it. So they're small, they're little babies. But there may be a big one out here. In deeper water. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna angle it on another angle. And we're gonna set this camera up a little differently. Let's get this in there. They're still back in there jumping around, so we're gonna mess with them. Let's get something right here, see if there's anything on that little branch there. All right. Now we're gonna throw into here. He's on there. He's on there. So they're just grabbing it and letting go. They're just grabbing and letting it go. I'm gonna put this on this wall here. I'm gonna throw the buzz bait and see if we can't get some little blow ups. If you can see some blow ups real quick. Okay, so right there and down. We're gonna try to throw this buzz bait and see if we don't get any blow ups on this buzz bait here. I'm gonna be throwing right to the wall. There's one little blow up. So they're little small ones. Hopefully we can get a big one to blow up. They're pinned against the wall. I think these little ones are just pinning bait against the wall. There's another one. Little guys. Come on, big. Give me one of them 4-pounders that are in there. But I think we're going to come over here to do some fishing. We'll do some pan fishing here off of this wall, and we will hopefully catch some smallies for the kids over here. There's one. You see him come out of the water, guys? There he is right here. Oh, he just got off. He was holding it. He wasn't even hooked, I don't think. But that's what they are. They're little smallmouth over there. There's another one. All right, we got him. Here, this is what's, look at this little one, guys. These are the smallmouth that are, oh, that's a largie right there. That's a largemouth. So there's some smallmouth in there and some largemouth mixed. These are like aquarium fish. Look how little that is. That's a little bass thrown in your aquarium. But they're fun. There's another one just hit it. Another one just hit it. That's funny. Yeah, we may come over here with the kiddos and just throw some stuff, throw some baits. There's another one. I missed it. He was on, but he got off. Let's throw down this way once. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. That's funny. I bet a popper on there would be good too. They're hitting it. That's funny. Let's move this over. Yeah, they're hitting it. Little baby ones. Yeah, I mean, that's fun, them little fish hitting. Hopefully there's some big ones around there, but haven't had any. All right, guys, well, we're gonna go in, keep an eye out for another live with the kids this afternoon or in a little bit, couple hours here. I'm gonna go back, recharge the batteries of the cameras, get another live going. I just wanted to see where some fish were, but there wasn't nothing biting in the pad. So we're gonna head in, we're gonna get something to eat, and then we're gonna be back out. So, hey, make sure you guys are coming back, tune back in. We're gonna be doing a couple lives this week. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Like I always say, take a kid fishing or hunting. We're gonna preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations, and we will see ya. Boom.